My name is Shirley Burnell, and I'm a member of Oakland Acorn and part of this ad hoc coalition that has come together across the country to kick off the campaign to pass President-elect Obama's economic recovery package for Main Street America and Main Street Americans. We are here today to support the President's-elect goal of making sure the Main Street gets what they need to put our country back on track. And not just Main Street, not just poor people, but middle class and working people. This means stimulating the job market for local and small businesses to keep our people working to get them back to work again. The President-elect's stimulus package he is putting forward in January is a way that we feel that this can be achieved. Housing is in trouble, healthcare is in trouble, our education system is in deep trouble. In November, we voted for change. Now, we have come together to help make that change.
I just received confirmation from Mayor Manny Diaz, the mayor of Miami, who is the president of the U.S. Conference of Mayors, that has appointed a team of 24 mayors from across the country to engage with the Obama White House and economic team, as well as the Congress of the United States. And so I will be part of a body of 24 mayors from around the country that will work with both branches of government in developing a strategy for the economic recovery of the country. And so I'm very proud to be and very pleased to be a part of that team, and we'll be intimately involved in helping to shape that strategy. And as soon as a date is set, and I'm assuming that that will be sometime either this month or early next month, that we will be meeting with the White House team, with the President-elect Obama's economic team, and members of the Congress of the United States in helping to shape that. So I'm very pleased to be here, and I'd like to say to all of my colleagues that this will provide us with an opportunity to have an intimate way in which to help shape this direction. What I would like to share with you are the parameters of what I think should go into an economic recovery effort. First is fashioned by the notion that if we're going to have a vibrant economy in this country, there has to be a major investment in infrastructure, a major investment in our people, and that's already been referenced, in education, in healthcare, and in housing. And finally, a major investment in research and innovation. I've always believed that jobs are never created in a vacuum, that jobs are the byproduct of a society's commitment to solve other problems. If we address the major infrastructure problems of this country, we will generate a level of employment unprecedented in modern history. We not only need repair of bridges and roads, but at the local level, if we are to sustain major growth as a way of combating the challenges of global warming, that we have to do that not depending on rapidly deteriorating infrastructure, sewer, and water. That has now gotten into the lexicon. It's now part of the national conversation. But what I want to bring to the national discourse is, let's talk about changing and broadening the definition of what we mean by infrastructure. We have tended to focus on repairing present infrastructure, but against the backdrop, one, of an unprecedented collapse in economy. Number two, the crashing of our automobile industry. Number three, major mortgage crisis in this country. And number four, global warming challenges that threaten the survival of human life on this planet. We need a game-changing strategy. The electric car, in my opinion, is a game-changing strategy that speaks to economic recovery. It points in a direction of where the automobile industry needs to go. It makes a major blow at the challenges of pollution that threaten human life in terms of climate protection. Now, I can sell you an electric car if the infrastructure is there to support it. So think about the incredible amount of jobs that can be generated if we expand the definition of infrastructure to accept the challenge. What should the infrastructure look like as our economy and our country goes forward into the future? And if we expand the definition of infrastructure, the federal government and the federal government in partnership with the private sector can make a major, major contribution if we begin to put the necessary infrastructure in place going forward. How many jobs could be generated not only with repairing bridges and roads and water and sewage, but how many jobs could be generated if we develop the capacity to develop an infrastructure that could sustain electric cars and electric transit systems moving forward? Contemplate the idea of that infrastructure in every major city in this country, the extraordinary effort going forward, and all of the blows that strikes at the problems that exist in this country. Secondly, if you add that to the brilliant, elegant idea that was pioneered here in Oakland, and that is the Green Jobs Corps idea, which is to fight poverty and fight pollution simultaneously. Think about training the scores of people that we have placed on the margins of life who now can begin to install, maintain the infrastructure that could support this game-changing strategy. You open up a level of employment that's extraordinary. The United Auto Workers desperately want to be able to keep their jobs. So they can keep them by now building cars for the future, not cars that are slow transitions that continue to have a major dependency upon oil. This is a major change. So I will go to Washington saying, if you want to create jobs, solve problems. If you want to create jobs, address infrastructure, but broaden the definition. If you want to create jobs, invest in human beings. Better education, health care, housing. If you want to create jobs, invest in solving the critical problems, and employment will flow from that. And so that will be our emphasis. Finally, I want to make sure that I underscore the fact that we've already begun the process, working with our representative, Barbara Lee, who has been an outstanding person in the United States Congress, and our Senate delegation to get the concept of the Green Jobs Corps into this economic recovery strategy writ large, so that it will not only help Oakland, but similar people affected all around the country, because we're never going to wrestle global warming to the ground in Oakland alone, but we can pioneer a direction in which it can go.